The time is 8:45 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Dilini Gunawardena and read by Tilani Pires. The headlines. The President emphasizes Sri Lanka's efforts to overhaul the economy. The significance of close cooperation between Sri Lanka and the Netherlands is stressed. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena commends the service rendered by the indigenous doctors. 3,000 nurses will be recruited to the health sector. Cabinet approval is granted to further simplify visa methodologies in Sri Lanka. And on international news, hundreds of UK flights cancelled today as the air traffic control glitch continues. And on sports news, cricket, Sri Lanka squad for the Asia Cup 2023 is announced. The President's Media Division reported that President Ranil Wickremesinghe highlighted Sri Lanka's efforts to overhaul its economy, aiming for competitiveness, seeking new markets and attracting foreign investments and capital following the path of countries like Thailand, Indonesia and Vietnam. He further expressed confidence that Sri Lanka can develop on its own and not to be a burden on others. President Wickremesinghe made these remarks while addressing the Sustainable Development Council Forum held in Colombo today. The Dutch State Secretary for Culture and Media, Gunai Oesloos, Sri Lanka and the Netherlands have a shared past, and it will help to build together a common future with close cooperation in the fields of museums, collection management, research and exchange of knowledge and expertise. According to the Prime Minister's office, Gunai Oesloos made this statement when she called on Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena at Temple Trees today. The visiting Dutch Minister and Cultural Minister Vidura Wickremesinghe signed a transfer acknowledgement agreement yesterday to transfer valuable artifacts taken from Sri Lanka during the Dutch rule 2.5 centuries ago. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena thanked the visiting Dutch minister for the transfer of artifacts and said the two countries should undertake collaboration on research on Dutch architecture, canal systems, forts and other monuments for prosperity. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena says that the Cabinet has approved the issuance of land deeds to the indigenous doctors in the Vedagama village in the Gampaha district. The Vedagama model village was established in the hope of uplifting the indigenous medicine in the island and to appreciate the service rendered by the indigenous doctors. The minister commended the service rendered by the indigenous doctors, although about an acre of land has been distributed among the indigenous doctors, they were not entitled to the legal ownership of the land. The minister said that action will be taken to confirm the legal entitlement of these indigenous doctors under the guidance of the Attorney General. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The Minister Dr. Keliel Rambukwella instructs the officials to take expeditious action to recruit 3,000 nurses to the health sector. He further asked them to prepare a cabinet paper in this regard in case there is an issue regarding that. The minister expressed these views at a discussion held with the officials at the Ministry of Health. Accordingly, it is intended to enroll approximately 2,500 trainees recruited for the training in 2018 and 500 nursing graduates. Meanwhile, the Gazette notification to call applications for nursing training from 2019-2020 A-level batch will be issued in mid-September. The selected applicants will be given a 3-year training. Minister Rambukwella further informed the officials to adhere to a proper transfer procedure in the health sector. The Cabinet of Ministers has approved to further simplify the visa methodologies carried out at present by the Department of Immigration and Emigration. According to the Immigration and Emigration Act No. 20 of 1948 and the regulations issued thereby under that, the Department of Immigration and Emigration issue 3 categories of visa, namely visit visa, resident visa and transit visa. In consideration to the complexity in the visa issued under the visa, visit visa and resident visa categories, action has been taken to review the visa methodology implemented in this country by considering the visa methodologies implemented in the countries that arrest more foreigner attraction. Accordingly, the Cabinet of Ministers has granted approval to the proposal furnished by the Minister of Public Security in order to further simplify the visa methodologies implemented in the country at present. That ends local news for now.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The chairman of the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Board, Jayanta Vijayaratna, said the second group entitled to the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit will receive the financial assistance next week. Out of the identified 2 million Aswasuma beneficiaries, payments have been initiated in stage for 1.5 million beneficiaries. Under the first stage, 4.395 billion rupees has already been deposited into bank accounts of 689,803 beneficiaries. The chairman said this at a media briefing held at the Presidential Media Centre. He emphasised that the public should not worry since all the eligible applicants will receive benefits in due course. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddha Lepaveda Mahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB Janajaya Vasana. Unbelievable discounts and offers throughout August from CIB Janajaya Vasana. Come today itself.
And on Watch Light tonight, in spite of being a public holiday, state banks will remain open tomorrow for the public to access the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Funds. Accordingly, branches of People's Bank, Bank of Ceylon and the National Savings Bank across the island will be open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. tomorrow. 800,000 families are eligible to obtain the Aswasuma funds under the first phase. The Treasury released the funds requirement for the program to the banks on Monday. That came to you in Watch Light.
CIB Janajaya Vasana. Unbelievable discounts and offers throughout August from CIB Janajaya Vasana. Come today itself.
Moving on with world news and the headlines first. Hundreds of UK flights cancelled today as air traffic control glitch continues. Air pollution cuts life expectancy by 5 years in South Asia. Pakistan court suspends former PM's corruption sentence. Hundreds of flights have been cancelled today at the UK's busiest airports as the fallout from yesterday's air traffic control glitch continues. Transport Secretary Mark Harper warns the disruption is set to last for several days, with many aircraft and crew are now out of place. More than a quarter of planned flights in and out of UK airports were cancelled on Monday, according to figures just released by analytics company Serum. Rising air pollution can cut life expectancy by more than 5 years per person in South Asia, one of the world's most polluted regions, according to a report which flagged the growing burden of hazardous air on health. The region, which includes the world's most polluted countries of Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Pakistan, accounts for more than half of the total life years lost globally to pollution, the University of Chicago's Energy Policy Institute said in its latest Air Quality Life Index published today. Rapid industrialization and population growth have contributed to declining air quality in South Asia, where particulate pollution levels are currently more than 50% higher than at the start of the century. The former Pakistan Premier Imran Khan has had his 3-year sentence for corruption suspended. The Islamabad High Court gave him bail until his appeal against unlawfully selling state gifts is heard. However, the court has also ordered him to be kept in custody until Wednesday in a separate case. Mr. Khan's lawyers say more than 100 charges have been brought against him, including leaking state secrets and organizing violent protests. The lawyers are seeking a Supreme Court order to prevent him from being detained in any other case, but no date has been set to hear this petition. Back to the world news headlines. Hundreds of UK flights cancelled today as air traffic control glitch continues. Air pollution cuts life expectancy by 5 years in South Asia. Pakistan court suspends former PM's corruption sentence. That ends world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Job opportunities for well-experienced housemaids and home cooks in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait for ages 40 to 58 years. Salary 125,000 rupees. Contact 037 7500 500.
And on development news, the cabinet approval has been given to procure 50 electric buses to be operated by the Ceylon Transport Board as a joint venture between the public and private sectors for transport in the Western Province. The government is paying attention to increase the number of electric buses in operation currently. The number of electric buses in operation will be increased to 200 gradually. That came to you in Development News.
Job opportunities for women from Deshakti Lanka in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait and Oman. Housemaids and home cooks in Saudi Arabia, ages 40 to 58 years. Arabic speaking and well experienced home cooks. Salary 125,000 rupees. Interviews are now on with foreign agents. You can travel overseas free of charge now. Branches Colombo, Kurunegala, Anuradhapura and Matara. Contact number 0377 500 500. Deshakti Lanka Foreign Employment Agency.
And on sports news, the Asian Cricket Council has announced the Asia Cup 2023 schedule, as per which matches will be played in hybrid manner across stadiums in Pakistan and Sri Lanka. The Asia Cup 2023 will start from 2nd September and the final will be played on 16th September 2023. The Sri Lanka squad for the tournament was announced today. The team will be headed by Dasun Shanaka, Pathum Nisanka, Dimuth Karunaratne, Kusal Janit Pereira, Kusal Mendes, Charita Salanka, Dhananjay De Silva, Sadiraj Samaravikrama, Mahesh Tikshana, Dunit Velage, Matisha Patirana, Kasun Rajita, Dushan Hemanta, Binura Fernando and Pramod Madhushan are the other members of the team. That came to you in sports news.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The LOLC Life and General Insurance launched their groundbreaking digital solution LOLC Insurance One Click, aimed at empowering all Sri Lankans and their loved ones. This innovative digital platform represents a significant advancement in LOLC Insurance's commitment to delivering a seamless and enhanced customer experience. That came to you in Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak thiyana youth ekata life eke change ekata niyamata set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekata niyamata set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all new NSB Ithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
And on economic news, the 5th round of Sri Lanka-Thailand bilateral political consultations was held on Monday at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Colombo. The Sri Lanka delegation was led by Secretary to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and Thai delegation was headed by Permanent Secretary for Foreign Affairs of Thailand. During the discussion, a wide range of areas of mutual collaboration in the fields of trade and investment, defence, culture, fisheries and tourism were reviewed for further progress. That was economic news.
Weather report.
Showery condition is expected to enhance to some extent in the southwestern part of the island in the next few days starting from today. Several spells of showers will occur in the western and Sabaragama provinces and the Nuwara Kandy, Galle and Matara districts. Showers or thunder showers will occur at several places in the Uva province and in Ampara, Batiklo and Mullaitivu districts during the evening or night. That was the weather report, and now to in this news broadcast, the main points once again. The President emphasizes Sri Lanka's efforts to overhaul the economy. The significance of close cooperation between Sri Lanka and the Netherlands is stressed. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena commends the service rendered by the indigenous doctors. 3,000 nurses will be recruited to the health sector. Cabinet approval is granted to further simplify visa methodologies in Sri Lanka. And on international news, hundreds of UK flights cancelled today as the air traffic control glitch continues. And on sports news, cricket, Sri Lanka squad for the Asia Cup 2023 is announced. That ends this news broadcast, and it's back to Chandima Virakon as always on a Tuesday night on the other side. Back to you, Chandima.